All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we're talking Bengals rookie right tackle Amarius Mims. He has to slide in to be a starter now, and I tell you what, looking at his game film, he's ready to start and be a big-time player for the Bengals, and we've got a great set of cut-ups to highlight exactly why. As always, if you appreciate this content, give us a like, give us any comments with any feedback you might have, but without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, we're going to open up with a pass rush situation here and there. You can see Mims right there, of course, at right tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to have three guys walked up here on the left side of your screen right there, the right side of the Bengals offense. Again, you have these three guys walked up. Even though 93 is probably going to work this way, he's probably going to work inside right there, just right at the guard. The whole goal is they're trying to get one-on-one right here, this edge rusher on the rookie Mims, see if they can get an over-eager rookie to create a big-time mistake. Guess what? Mims is ready for the challenge. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see 93 attacks the center. You can see 6 right there. He kind of goes into a QB spy mode. Not exactly sure what he's doing there. Leaving Mims one-on-one on the edge with this edge rusher, number 92, Armstrong right there with 88 providing a little chip. I tell you what, Mims' patience right here is awesome. For a rookie playing his first time action, you kind of worry about being overeager. You kind of worrying about being overextended, but he's patient. He stays with it completely, totally, and utterly negates number 92 right here. Great work by Mims. Allows Bro to step in the pocket and deliver a strike. This is what you need from the rookie. This is what you're going to need for the rest of the year. I tell you what, there was some concerns about how he would handle up in pass protection with plays like this and how he did against Washington pretty much most of the second half. The Bengals should be really good at right tackle when it comes to pass pro.
We're excited to interrupt today's film review to bring you the sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks.
PrizePicks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in all of North America. And guess what? It's really simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds. And here's my favorite part. It's just you against the numbers. Instead of battling thousands of other players, the pros, the sharks, you just pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections.
Yeah, Nick, and watching this film review, seeing what Amarius Mims has done, seeing him absolutely bulldoze the competition so far in the run game, I'm thinking Zach Moss, more than 55.5 rush yards this week, is looking very interesting.
Yeah, Miles, I couldn't agree with you more, but I think the passing game is what's really about to go off. Looking at Mims pass blocking at right tackle for this Bengals offense, I think these receivers are going to have a field day this weekend, and I love Joe Burrow more than 1.5 passing touchdowns on Sunday.
Again, go to prizepicks.com, use code SMI to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups. Again, that is prizepicks.com and use code SMI to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups. PrizePicks, it's daily fantasy sports made easy.
All right, next play there is Mims, of course, at right tackle. Very similar kind of design right from the Washington defense. You can see this time number 95, he's lined up in a 2-eye. You can see a defensive end edge player right there lined up in a 5 technique. You can't really see him right there. He's on the very edge of your screen. He's walked up right here. Here the Bengals are going to slide their protection to the offensive left. Again, Washington's trying to create a scheme here where they get one-on-ones across the board on the right side of the Bengals offense, namely to get Mims in space, right? You have all these guys really far, right? He's going to get in that one-on-one matchup right there. Edge rusher one-on-one right there. There is a lot of space. The whole goal here is to isolate Mims to see if he will make a mistake in pass protection. He doesn't once again. Great work. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see this defensive lineman working into the guard, 95 working into the center, and 11 coming off the edge right at Mims. Again, you can see the Bengals sliding their offensive line to the right, actually being the running back across the formation as well. But let's focus on Big 71 right here. Again, watch his patience. He knows exactly where he's going. Great communication up front. He doesn't even acknowledge number 90 or 50, excuse me, as he goes into the right guard, number 65. He knows exactly what his responsibility is. Great kick step out to him. Patient, patient, patient. Doesn't fall for the inside move, locks him up, allows Bro to complete the easy football. Again, great work by Mims here. I can't get over his patience coming into a big-time game, prime time, and answering the mail just like this. This is a really nice work from Mims, number 71. And again, getting this out of him the rest of the season would be great for the Bengals.
Yeah, Nick, and when we talk about Mims, I think early on this season, we talked about some of the highlights of him, and I'll go over those briefly. This is a guy we got to remember had one of the largest wingspans in the entire NFL. 86 and 6/8 of inch, 100th percentile. He is one of one when it comes to size. 6'8", 340 pounds. This guy's absolutely massive. Great wingspan, great arm length, great hand size. I think he has the body type to play in the NFL and be a really good tackle. He just needs to get a couple reps, I think starting reps under his feet, we're going to see tremendous growth from this young player.
All right, going with the run game now. There is Mims right there, number 71, of course, at right tackle for the Bengals. Here, the Bengals are running just a standard inside zone concept. They're going to bring a wide receiver across the formation right here to get some flow from these linebackers. They're going to get standard zone tracks across the board. 71, Mims working to reach this wide 7 technique, wide 5 technique, whatever you want to call them. 66, the guard's working over to that B gap. 64 is working to get over to the A gap to reach. We're going to get scoop techniques on the backside to try to cut off the linebacker. Orlando Brown trying to cut off this 3 technique right here. Again, cut off blocks right here on the backside. Number 30 is going to take this track and find a place to get north and south right here. Again, this is a Dan Quinn-led defense, so there's going to be a lot of opportunities to run the football. Here, let's watch Mims. In this situation, one-on-one block, his defender jumps inside. Technically, he's supposed to go up to the next level, but I really like his mentality and his execution to secure right here the line of scrimmage. Let's check it out. All right, there's the motion in the snap. You can see everyone up front's taking their zone tracks right there. You can see the defensive line is actually slanting to the offensive left, the left side of your screen. So 64, the center, reaches that defensive tackle, no problem. You can see the defensive end right here. He actually slants inside to the B gap. 65 picks him up. Right here, I would have loved Mims to work up to the next level. But you know what? It's your rookie. It's your first start. Secure the first line of attack and get movement at the point of attack. That's okay, right? You can live with that because when you get this kind of movement right here, watch them blow this defensive end inside. It creates all this green grass, which allows Brown to make 54 miss in space. And it's a really nice run for the Bengals. Again, perfect execution? No. Got to work up to the next level. This is technically a missed assignment here by the rookie. But one thing I really love is he still is focused on making sure he doesn't give up the bad play. That's what they're going to make sure he doesn't have to deal with as a rookie going forward. Does he avoid the negative? And right here, he secures the line of scrimmage, gives his running back a chance, and they're rewarded with a really nice run.
Yeah, and again, if we look in the preseason, that's when we got the most out of Mims other than up to this play. I think he did a very admirable job in his one game against Tampa Bay in run blocking. 57.8 for the young player. And I think we're starting to see him build on that performance as well, showing some strong things here in the run game for the Bengals. I think if he keeps growing here, we all know he was a really great pass blocker up in that 70 grade for PFF in pass blocking. If he can build on this run blocking performance, I think the Bengals are going to have a really strong tackle for the next years to come.
All right, here we go. Long yardage-ish situation. You can see Mims right there, of course, at right tackle for the Bengals. You can see long yardage, pass rush moves. You can see all these defensive linemen are really wide from their one-on-one matchups right here. Defensive tackles are wide, almost head up on the offensive tackles. Defensive ends are really wide out right here. Again, this is just a normal standard man-on-man protection. 65 man-on-man, 67 man-on-man right there. Orlando Brown man-on-man. Center gets some depth and looks someplace to help. And again, of course, Mims one-on-one right here on the outside against a veteran pass rusher in Armstrong. This time, there is no immediate chip help. He gets a little help from the running back later on, but it's all on Mims here, one-on-one, and a gotta-have-it situation for the offense. He does a nice job. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see one-on-one across the board. 64 getting depth, looking for anywhere to help. You can see Mims. Let's watch his kick step right here. Good job. See how his shoulders are pretty much parallel to the line of scrimmage? That's a great place to be in. Relationship-wise, he's not too deep, not too shallow. Gets a good base right there. That's not bad. Doesn't get overextended. Overall solid position right there. We'll have to be a little more back on his heels, but otherwise pretty nitpicky. He ends up taking the bull rush head on right here, uses his strength, gets his butt down, and negates it right at the point of attack. Protects his quarterback, Joe Burrow. No pressure at all from Mims right here, allows himself to deliver a ball for a nice completion down the field. Again, one-on-one pass pro, right? Rookie, first game. Washington, Dan Quinn, pass rushing extraordinaire. That's what he's done for so many years as a defensive coach. Armstrong, number 92 for Washington. He is a solid pass rusher. Wouldn't know it against Mims, winning this one-on-one matchup easily. Let's check it out from the wide copy. Again, you can take his kick step right here. See how patient he is? I just love that. And he gives him a little bit of an inside opportunity right there, but he settles down, completely negates him. He's so big and so strong that I can actually see Mims almost giving up his inside intentionally. See how his head gets a little bit behind the edge rusher right there? But he's so strong with his inside foot and really so strong everywhere and big and powerful that when he gives up that inside, it allows him to play to his strengths because he's such a beast that anyone goes to an inside bull rush, he can handle it no problem. I think Mims, again, coming from Georgia, you kind of would expect this, but he didn't play a lot in college. This is a guy who looks very experienced at such a young age. All right, folks, time for my favorite play design. I love talking this play whenever I see it. It's the wham bam concept here across the board here that the Bengals are going to run. So basically how it works is they're going to get the right guard pulling this direction. They're going to get the left guard pulling and blocking that defensive tackle right there. They're going to get the tight end 89 pulling and creating a steal right here. You're going to get Orlando Brown working this direction. You're going to get the center work in this direction right here, and then kind of trying to turn this way, you're going to get Mims working up right here to the linebacker. And you can see this natural seal, right? You can see the seal here, the seal here, and the running back's going to take this path just like this. It's a very convoluted play. The Bengals do a great job in execution. Again, Mims, not spectacular here, just good enough. He probably needs to be a little bit quicker off the edge, but overall, really fun play to check out. Let's watch it. All right, there's a snap. You can see the pullers across the board. You can see right there, right guard working up to the defensive end, left guard coming this way, tight end sample working down to the defensive tackle. Go back to the very beginning here. You can see Orlando Brown work out to the defensive end. You can see the center go off the heels of that defensive tackle, then work out, get a hat on a hat right there on number 4. You can see Mims, not great. He has to kind of avoid some trash. He doesn't do a good job getting on 54 right there. Honestly, I'd like a little bit better effort. See how he gets too vertical right off the rip? Compare him to the center. See how the center goes horizontal, then vertical here? He at least gives himself a chance to make the block. Mims here doesn't. He goes vertical right off the rip. That's not going to get it done. He needs to get flatter than vertical, but it's such a well-designed, well-executed play by everyone else. It's still a really nice run. Again, the wham bam, one of my favorite concepts, because normally teams like to run standard zone this direction to the offensive left, but when that happens, linebackers, defensive linemen, everyone will flow to it. But you give all this action, all this eye candy, a bunch of guards pulling, people working up to the next level, it freezes all these linebackers in place. Great play design by the Bengals offense. Nice run, good execution all around. All right, let's take a look at it from the wide copy. You get a really good appreciation for how these linebackers freeze with this wham bam. Right there, they're stuck. They're basically flat-footed at this point. You can see the seam open up right there. Everyone goes to their direction with purpose. Mims, again, see how it gets so vertical? I tell you what, this dude is so massive. Just look at him right here. Look, he looks, compare him to 64. I know there's some vantage point differences, in terms of depth perception. The 64, a big guy in his own right, looks absolutely tiny with Mims. Look at Bobby Wagner, number 54, I believe that is, for the Washington Commanders. He's a big player, middle linebacker, played a long time. He looks absolutely minuscule compared to Mims. Again, better technique is needed. He needs to get horizontal before he gets flatter. But I tell you what, he is an imposing dude at right tackle. All right, going back to the pass protection, once again, Mims going to be one-on-one right here, right tackle on this defensive end. We've seen Mims handle some speed rush with some patience. We've seen him handle with some bold rush. Now he handles a counter spin move inside and does great job as well. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see Mims one-on-one, and right there you can see this edge defender, this pass rusher. He's always going for the spin move right off the get-go, but Mims does a great job countering it, washing inside. Watch his hands here. What they're taught on the spin move is basically to rapid-fire punch the spinning defender in the back, just to distort him, and that's exactly what Mims does. Washes him down inside. Burrow could have easily scrambled out here to try and create a bigger play instead of throwing into the dirt right there, but I tell you what, Mims, phenomenal work. As a pass protector so young, he is absolutely outstanding. This is elite technique. Again, kick slide, absolutely perfect. Right here, shoulders, would like it to be a little bit more parallel. I'm sorry, a little bit more square, perpendicular to the line of scrimmage. But punch, solid, base, good position right there. Works his hands inside, then runs his feet to wash him down. Great work here from 71. Let's check it out from the wide copy right here. You can see the right tackle, again, kick slide right there. You can see the spin move coming. Watch him work inside. See how he's punching his hands right basically in the back and the ribs of this defender? That's what they teach you to do. Then buries his feet down inside, washes him down, caves in the entire side of the defense. Look at all this green grass. And again, Burrow knows he's got the opening here. He's going to kill himself for throwing that ball so low. Maybe he thought Chase would settle down. Who knows? But when you look at this pass protection right here, Bengals coaches, Joe Burrow, they're going to love seeing this because I think part of the problem with throws like this, Joe Burrow knows he's not an idiot, that he's got a rookie in there. He's not so sure how he's going to hold up. They're going to watch the film and they're going to go like, hey, he can hold up. He's doing a nice job. And I think Burrow in situations going forward, he'll sit in the pocket and deliver big plays down the field. All right, last play here, ending on a pass rush. Here, Washington, this is probably later towards the fourth quarter at this point. They're giving up trying to isolate and create one-on-one opportunities on Mims. They said, listen, we're just going to not do anything funky, no funky looks. We're just going to one-on-one pass rush, see how he handles it. And you can tell they actually try and run a game up front from these defensive tackles. They actually, by the end of the game, realize they have better luck working against the Bengals guards than they do against Mims because of reps like this. Mims does a phenomenal job. Again, technique is beautiful. Execution is flawless. Does a great job here. One-on-one pass rush results in a big play down the field. Let's check it out. All right, there's a snap. You can see up front, there's a stunt right there. Again, they're trying to get pressure up the middle on Burrow because it's not working against the tackles. And you can see it works here. 64 gets walked back into Burrow right there, completely collapses. Burrow does a great job hanging in there, delivering a strike to Jamar Chase. Look at this seam. Nice work there by Burrow, even though his 64 gets buried into his lap. Let's look at Mims here. Supposedly the weakness, supposedly the rookie. Perfect kick slide. Again, turns his shoulders a little bit, gets his hands on him right there and just locks him down. Defender tries to go with an inside counter move. Mims locks him down, no problem. We saw this all game long, and I know Mims gave up 1 sack, and it wasn't a pretty play, to be honest. But 99% of his reps were just like this: one-on-one, perfect execution, pass rusher, nowhere near the quarterback. You can actually look at his film and compare it to Orlando Brown most of the day, and you can sit there and say, listen, he looks better than Orlando Brown on a lot of these plays. He looks better than Trent Brown on a lot of these plays. And Bengals fans, I know you're 0-3, really disappointing start to the season, undeniably so, but the future is bright on the offensive line. We can say that in Cincinnati for the first time in a long time because Mims looks like a superstar at right tackle.
Yeah, Nick, and one thing I want to, point out in this last play is what we saw from Mims in this game. We saw a rookie come into a game for a lot of teams, especially a pretty talented defensive team like the Washington Commanders. This is an easy opportunity to pick on a young rookie, try to send some interesting stuff at him. Maybe he commits some penalties, maybe some negative plays are happen, but for Mims, did not happen. 0 penalties, 0 big negative plays for him. Same thing in the preseason, had 0 penalties in the preseason as well. I think we're seeing a really smart, really capable young player. And as the season goes on, like you said, this could be a really great tackle for the Bengals.